Good morning everyone, my name is Paul. I work for a company in Cape Town called Micrographics and we are an Autodesk reseller. I'd like to discuss with you the question in Civil 3D of how do you get to the alignment label sets. Alignments are horizontal paths that define or is part of the definition of a corridor that is built up. Works together with a profile to form a three-dimensional path along which assemblies are swept to create the corridor. When we create them, we do have the stations which represent the origin and the progression along that. And then we also have the points of intersection that are labeled, and we have a variety of other intersections and information that can be relayed and communicated to whoever needs that. It's easy to create these, especially on the creation of an alignment, but it is confusing after the fact if you want to apply them. And an alignment label set is just a combination of labels for the alignment that you can apply. So I'd like to demonstrate how you get at that. It's very simple. It's just that it's not intuitive. To create the alignment, you could either draw that using the alignment creation tools, or you can generate that from an existing polyline. Of course, an alignment is not a polyline like within AutoCAD. It's got its own grips and properties and methods. But in this case, it's in an XREF, which is an external reference in AutoCAD, and we can even delve into that. So on the Home tab, there we can generate the alignment, and we can generate the alignment from objects. Initially, it will ask us to input some information. Firstly, where is the line that we want to create? If the line isn't within our project and it is within an XREF, we do have this option at the bottom to select the XREF and then to select the line. How it works is the side of the line on which you click first. So if you had to click on the gray end of the line on this side, then it will automatically have the station being generating from the end of this line and increasing towards the end of the line. Similarly, if you clicked on the other end of the line, the station would start over here with 0 and then offset to the left. If you clicked in the middle somewhere and you're unsure of whether the road or the alignment is traveling in the correct direction, we'll select that polyline. Now you can see that the arrow indicates that it's going in the wrong direction. We would like, in this case, the stations to start with a 0 value over here and increase towards the end. So the arrow is pointing in the wrong direction, but it does give us a once-off choice to reverse the direction. Once we do that, it now wants us to input the name. You can use a naming standard which you can set up, or otherwise you could just input what you want that alignment to be named. In this case, it's called Ascent Place. It's a center line alignment, meaning that the center line will define the crown of the road, and you can give it some other. There are, of course, many different types of alignments that can be created that would require a more detailed description, but in this case, Ascent Place will do. You can input the starting station for where it will start, and then over here you can see you can add it to a site, sometimes used as design phases or options because we can represent them in different sites. And then the alignment style, ASC proposed would be fine. Those are just display styles for that alignment. And then over here we get the alignment label set. In this file, by default, it's set to no labels, which means that it will not be labeled. But if you did have the presence of mind to assign an alignment label set on creation, then it would automatically generate those labels for you. I'm going to purposefully do the incorrect thing in this case and choose no labels. And then we'll also add curves between tangents. In addition to the settings for these alignments, you can also set some design criteria and even use design criteria based design to check the curvatures of your road. That is based on the design speed, and it will generate errors for you to indicate where on that alignment in a horizontal sense it might violate the rules of your road for your country. Right, so let's generate that. And there we can see that it is generating this error over here. It's just the design violation. It says the tangency is violated, which means that there is a non-continuous, it's not tangent, so this straight line over here is known as a tangency, and the curvature within the reference file was obviously generated incorrectly. It's pretty simple to fix in Civil 3D, but that is of course not what this is about. But you can definitely see that there are no labels that have been applied. So even though we've got that alignment, let's just regenerate this quickly. Even though we do have this alignment, it has no labels, and we would like to apply those labels. Typically within Civil 3D, if you wanted to label something, you would click on it. In this case, the alignment, and then it will bring up the alignment contextual tools on the modify menu, and on the left hand side you'll see that you're able to add some labels. The multiple segment labels, which one would think might be the solution, is just a way to annotate the lengths of the tangents, their bearing, as well as the curvatures. And so there's nothing here that indicates that one can add a label set. And in the alignment properties, we'll also see that there's no place in the alignment properties on the information to input anything like an alignment set. And this is confusing because one would like to think that if you clicked on an item that you would gain access to those sorts of capabilities, but instead you need to know that you must right click on that item. And sometimes in Civil 3D it's perhaps a good idea rather just go with the right click in the first place to see what is available over and above what might be displayed on your ribbon menu. In this case, we would like to see that we can edit the alignment labels, from where we are allowed to import a label set. In this case, we are going for all labels. Okay. And that then generates our alignment, or it imports the alignment set, which we can apply to our alignment. And when we do that, it will label all of those points for us automatically. Now it's ready for printing and for interpretation by those in the field, the contractors. They can now rely on this information to generate that layout on site. You can, of course, also alter or create your own alignment label sets. You will find them on the alignment labels themselves. You will find over here, there's the alignment styles, label styles, table styles, commands. But if you would like to generate that alignment label set, then you will right click, manage the alignment labels, and then you can also edit that label set. Once you generate some more over here, you can also export them as a new label set if you wanted to add yet another label to whatever is there. So you can see you can have information from major, minor station, geometry points, station equations, design speeds, profile geometry points, super elevation and critical points. And for each one of those there will be a style that you can apply, and then you can add that element over there. So let's see if we do the design speed, ASC station over speed, and we add that to the list, it will add yet another label. And if we say OK, then we can see the label. Okay, so there you can see that that has been added, and if you wanted to save that as your own alignment label set, then you would right click on that and save it out as a label set. There you can see the label sets. You can also copy one of these and create your own from them. That would be the same methodology. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this short video on alignment label sets. And until next time, enjoy Civil 3D.